By the show of hands, how many of you deal with stress on a weekly basis?
Yeah.
Daily? Hourly? Yeah. Well, we're not alone. Because according to a recent study in a 2018 published book of psychology written by Cicerelli and White, 70% of Americans regularly experience psychological and physical symptoms related to stress. So, what is stress, you may ask? It is the physical, emotional, cognitive, and behavioral responses to events that are deemed threatening or challenging. Also cited by Cicerelli and White in that psychology book written in 2018. So, stress is not something that we can easily avoid. We will all experience the death of a loved one. We may go through a divorce, get married, or maybe even get fired from a job. But it is vital that stress be managed in a healthy way, because if it isn't, it can lead to dangerous mental and physical disorders. So, who is this girl and why should I listen to her? My name is Jenny Rubio, and I'm a single mother of 4 children. I have a 9-month-old, 6-year-old, 9-year-old, and 12-year-old. Yes, I have a preteen, and I feel it. 4 years ago, I quit my job as a branch manager at Arizona Federal Credit Union after being there for 8 years in order to take care of my dad. Well, he's my pseudo-father. He's been in my life since I was 3. Not biologically my father, but my father nonetheless. And I will tell you that being his caregiver and being a stay-at-home mom is much more challenging and stressful than being a branch manager. When you leave today, you will better understand how you can manage stress in order to improve your overall psychological and physical health. And when you are able to improve your psychological and physical health, you will then be able to strengthen relationships with others. Now let's take a look at how the management of stress can improve your psychological health. The mental health of a person under chronic stress is unstable. And although our bodies were designed to be able to handle stress, our stress responders were not supposed to be relentlessly engaged. They were not designed for that. People under stress experience anxiety, depression, lack of motivation, irritability. They're fearful. They're often angry as well. Stress can affect our memory, concentration, our sense of humor, and even our decision-making abilities. What are some ways we can handle stress? Well, studies have shown that exercise, and not just walking to class, but deliberately walking for 30 minutes a day, helps reduce the production of stress hormones. Exercise is the most effective antidepressant for many individuals. Another thing to help de-stress is by making sure that you're getting enough sleep every night. So instead of watching Netflix and binge watching that next series, turn off the TV or put down your phone. You don't need to check your Facebook feed for the 1,000th time today, and go to sleep. Get your rest. Get 7 to 9 hours. According to various experts, you should get 7 to 9 hours, so make sure you do, or else you'll probably experience the effects that we've discussed earlier. Other ways that you can de-stress or help relieve your anxiety: to breathe. When you breathe, don't just breathe like you're breathing down. Breathe in, and on your exhale, do it for twice as long. So, brew some green tea. It soothes tension and rage. Honey. You can eat some honey. It relieves inflammation, which will help to relieve inflammation that causes anxiety in your brain cells. Now that we have covered the management of stress as it relates to your mental health, let's discuss your physical health. Stress causes physical pain, headaches, fatigue, muscle pain and tension. That's just to name a few. It is imperative that stress be managed in a healthy way in order to avoid potential substance abuse, because that could cause a whole different type of havoc on your body. And if you're like me and you think, I've got this, and yet you've been experiencing some of the symptoms that we've described, It may be in your best interest to reach out to your doctor and see if it's something more. I myself was pregnant going through a divorce due to domestic violence and abuse in 2017, and it was a very challenging year. So I myself reached out to a counselor in order to better manage my stress. You owe it to yourself to get well and to manage your stress. Now that you've gotten yourself together, we can look at how to strengthen relationships. Feeling comfortable enough to approach the other person is the first step. Sometimes they don't want you to fix anything. They just want you to know, they just want to know that you're emotionally available and dialed in. Using the tools that you now know about dealing with stress, you can offer tips. Managing your stress will help create better life for you and those around you. Remember, it is not the load that breaks you down, it is the way that you carry it. Lou Holtz, as credited by Red, James et al. Thank you.